Morning, kids. 6:28 in the morning. It is the 8th still of January. Nancy Weaver from Roseland, California. What's going on, guys? No, I've been dealing with a situation regarding Michael Smerconish on CNN. Watching some of his shows, he reminds me too much of Chicken Little stressing out about the skies falling after time. I'm not laughing at him. I'm like, tone down your shrill, will you? He had to ask a question concerning about what's going to happen to us in 50 years, whether or not we're going to be split apart. And he's bringing on a guest, even as we speak, to talk about their particular viewpoints and whether or not we're going to be able to see it or not. Now, he's got to realize that secession is not possible, it's not legally possible, and there's no precedent set for it in the first place. There has been no court cases, there has been Supreme Court cases back in the 1800s when Texas tried to secede from the Union right after the Civil War. Didn't work. Once you're in, you're in. There hasn't been any secession afterwards. As far as Texas tries, they'll keep trying to do the ceremonial secession, but they're not going to get the hell out of here. Not unless there is a precedent for the Supreme Court to do it, unless we've got a law being passed through Congress and the Senate to make an amendment change in the Constitution in order to get this done. Other than that, I don't know how the hell they're going to be able to do this shit. But then again, I may be short-sighted, but I'm a little peeved about it. Also, concerning about January 6th, should anybody be taught about January 6th? That damn thing happened. It doesn't need to be. It needs to be covered up. What kind of a fucking moronic question is that in the first place? Oh my God, is he an asshole? But then again, I'm turning on him to watch and see what kind of a reaction he's having these days. So I don't get what's going on with the schmuck. Meanwhile, while I'm dealing with the rest of my day, I'm still dealing with things happening around me. And it's the only thing I can do. Right now, I'm waiting for him to show up on my computer screen. Well, as you know, my television's already still broken. I still need to get the money to replace that damn thing. So the computer screens are the only television I've got right now. And I don't mind that because it is what it is. And I don't care. I mean, I do care, but things happen. So let me get them on.
6. Should the topic be...
I hate to say it when Smerconish, another guest, kind of put me to sleep, unfortunately, in trying to answer a very important question. Apparently, there are some educators out in Texas and probably legislators who feel that there are certain topics out there they do not want to talk about because it might scare the living crap out of them or it might piss them off even further. How would they address to the younger students, to the teenagers, or both studying history? We're talking junior high to high school level to college, of what happened on January 6th. Tell them the truth. Don't sugarcoat the damn thing. Show them all the videos of what's been going on at this point over here and explain it to them. There are different points of view on how they're looking at the situation. And what the camera, which is the most impersonal witness there is, if you show it and you point it at a subject, it's going to look at it, it's going to record it. Without any computer imagery, without any computer trickery, it's going to show as is. And what was being shown to the public? We had the Capitol invaded by Trump supporters. There was no Black Lives Matter. There was no Antifa. Where were they? Where's their signs out? All I saw was red. Red, white, blue. Camouflage. Screaming people left and right. For what? For what? The voting process had already stopped months ago. And yet one guy still wanted his job. And he was willing to set a mob on him. That was being shown. That was being aired on live television and recorded. You tell that to your students. There wasn't no peaceful exchange of power at this point over here. There was one guy who was egotistical, who thought he was going to change everything. And I mean everything of our government and everything that we held so dear. All the practices, all the precedents, all the traditions, all the processes and procedures in contempt. And he caused, or else he was out bringing in the cause of splitting the country into what it is right now. And yes, we do have a civil war. And I hate to say this to him, but we've never stopped the civil war since we had it in the first place. We really have not been in peace with each other. Otherwise, we wouldn't be running into situations like we keep advertising or actually airing on stations left and right about either cops getting busted or people getting busted or people dying left and right. Or we have to have trials on public stations. We have to have former cops on trial because they're the ones causing all the damn problems. No, it's the other guys causing all the damn problems, and now we got to bring that out into court and really cause the divide going on. See, we haven't stopped the divide. We haven't stopped the civil war among ourselves. It's still ongoing. We haven't stopped it in ourselves. We haven't stopped it in our teachings. We haven't stopped it, period. We have never left the Civil War. And in my generation, it never will. They are that convinced. Now, that's for the next 3 or 4 generations. That's going to be a different question, isn't it? How will the country be in 50 years? Will the next generation show it? Or are we still going to be screwed over? How about the next 100 years? Those are the kind of questions Michael should have been asking, but no, he didn't bother.